Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over an updated team selection for Game Week 21. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment what players are you thinking of bringing in for the next game week, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, there's been a lot of injuries and just updates in information regarding certain players that I was going to be bringing in. So now it just kind of completely changes my game plan. Of course, we still have a week until the deadline. Actually, it's changed to Friday now, but there is a lot of things that I need to think about with my team. But either way, in goal, we do still have Martinez, who's got Everton away. Turner didn't start in the FA Cup, so I think that Turner is still going to be our #1 goalkeeper for Forest, which, as a fan, I'm not completely thrilled about. But the fact that our other goalkeeper started the FA Cup means that, yeah, Turner is probably going to be our #1 still in the Prem. They do have Brentford away. Brentford aren't the best team on paper at the moment. They've been very, very bad in recent weeks. Tony is back, so that might give them a bit of a boost. But I'm still going to go with Martinez, who's got Everton away, over Turner, who's got Brentford away. I don't actually think either of the teams keep a clean sheet this week. My luck with goalkeeper clean sheets has just been absolutely ridiculous. Like, I've not had a clean sheet from a goalkeeper in a long time. But yeah, I think obviously Villa's defense is better than Forest defense. They're both away fixtures, but yeah, I feel like it'd be a little bit silly to play Turner over Martinez. Even though I think the last 2 weeks that I didn't play Turner, he's actually outscored both my goalkeepers, but it is what it is. So I'm just going to go Martinez and hope that he can do something. But yeah, not completely confident about any kind of clean sheets there. At the back, we do have Gabriel, who's got Crystal Palace at home, Porro, who's got United away, Trent, who's got Bournemouth away, and then Anderson, who's got Arsenal away. Obviously, do not want to play Anderson this week. He's just on the team sheet right now because I have 4 players that I can't actually play right now because they are off on international duty. So yeah, I'm hoping not to be able to play Anderson in game week 21, but as of right now, obviously he has to be on the team because he is a playing player. So yeah, don't really need to talk about him because hopefully he won't be starting. Bournemouth away for Trent. It's not a bad fixture at all. I feel like he's a little bit of a captaincy shout this week as well. Like, the captaincy armband is going to be so kind of all over the place because Salah's away, Son's away. It's looking like Haaland is not going to be ready for game week 21. And even if he is, I feel like he's definitely not going to be playing like a full 90. He might come on for like 30 minutes or something like that, which also is a bit of a worry because we all know what he can do in 30 minutes regardless, and Newcastle haven't been great defensively over the last few weeks. But yeah, it's one of those things. Like, he wasn't even in the team for the FA Cup game. De Bruyne is back now as well, so Alvarez's minutes are a little bit worse, and obviously Doku's back, so that hurts Foden a little bit. I know that Foden and Doku were like kind of on the same pitch at the same time and stuff, but it still kind of hurts the idea that, oh, if you bring in this player, there is going to be a lot of rotation. So yeah, I don't know why I'm talking about City so much when I'm talking about the defenders, but either way, Trent with Bournemouth away, it's not a terrible fixture. Bit of a captaincy shout this week, but yeah, very happy playing him. Porro, who's got United away, scored an absolute screamer in the FA Cup. Hopefully he can do that against United, but I think that's just going to be a bit of a goal fest anyway. I could see that being like 2-2 for United and Spurs, just because they're both not great defensively, but I feel like there's just going to be a lot of goals in that game regardless. I don't know who, maybe Spurs win it, maybe United win it, but I don't know. I feel like 2-2 is probably gonna be the case in that game. It could also be very cagey and just end like 0-0. You don't know, but I'm fine with playing Porro this week. I've also got Gabriel, who's got Crystal Palace at home. Yeah, I mean, Arsenal just don't look fantastic at the moment. I was thinking of bringing in Ødegaard this week, and he did actually play really, really well in the FA Cup. It's just, I don't know, there's just something going on at Arsenal right now. They're just not clicking. They're conceding a lot. They're not winning any games. They're just not scoring a lot either. They've scored like 1 goal in the past like few games with an XG of like 6 or something like that. So you can tell, like, Saka yesterday dropped an absolute stinker. Like, he just didn't play well at all. He missed a lot of good chances. Ødegaard missed obviously a couple of chances. Havertz, I just don't know why he's still starting in the team. I mean, I don't know, maybe Arsenal fans can like put me in my place, but I feel like there's a lot of decisions that are just not making like the correct ones in. I don't know, but either way, yeah, Saka didn't play well. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to be going triple Arsenal really, even though they've got some nice fixtures coming up. In fact, they've got Crystal Palace home, and then after that they've got Forest away, but then it's like Liverpool at home, West Ham away, Burnley away. Like, it's not too bad, but I don't think I really need to triple up on Arsenal. But then there's other things I need to think about as well. Like, Richarlison could have been a good shout, and he probably still is going to be, but now with the signing of Werner, is that going to kind of hurt his minutes? It's what, like, there's so many variables now coming into play. It's like every transfer has like an upside, but also has a downside. But either way, that's the defense and the goalkeeper. In midfield, we do have Son, who obviously can't play this week. It's just I have a bench of non-playing players. But yeah, he won't obviously be playing for me this week. Palmer, who's got Fulham at home, which again is another captaincy shout this week. Probably not going to drop an 18-pointer like he did the week before, but I think he is still a good option this week regardless. And then Saka, who's my current captaincy, who's got Palace at home, which again, I don't think he's going to be my captain this week at all. But yeah, that's kind of the midfield at the moment. As you can see, my team is absolutely in shambles at the moment. Like 4 players away on AFCON just does not help at all. I've got 2 free transfers, which is useful. But yeah, my bench is going to be very, very poor for the next couple of weeks, especially because I want to bring in like Estepinian and stuff like that. But it's just one of those, like, it's just not a good situation to be in. But yeah, there's not really a lot to say about the midfield. Like I said, there's only 2 players to really talk about. And yeah, I know the captaincy is currently on Saka, but I don't think I'm going to be going that way at all. He just doesn't look as good as he can be right now. And I've always said that I don't think he's captaincy material because he doesn't really have a haul in him. Like, he'll get an assist or he'll get a goal, but he never gets like a goal and an assist. Like, he's just not a haul worthy kind of like player, in my opinion, as of right now. You know, in previous weeks and previous seasons he has been, but there's just something not happening there this year. But yeah, Palmer and Saka in midfield, and then up top we've got Archer, who's got West Ham, which I'm also a little bit worried about because I'm pretty sure Sheffield United have just brought in a striker on loan or something, so that actually might hurt Cameron Archer's minutes. I was going to obviously get rid of him this week for Haaland, but now with that information, I can't really do that. So that is another issue. But yeah, Archie, who's got West Ham at home, Watkins, who's got Everton away, and then Solanke, who's got Liverpool at home. Again, Solanke with Liverpool at home, not the greatest fixture, but I've got to play him this week regardless. And then, yeah, Watkins, Everton away. Hopefully he can get something in that game. Everton are really good at home, though. They've been very good defensively this season. And then on the bench, we've got Turner, who's got Brentford away, He-Chan, who's not playing, Salah, who's not playing, and then also Kabore, who's not playing as well. So, yeah, like I say, on paper, my team is pretty much in the bin. Like, it's not good at all. I'm going to probably be taking a hit this week as well. But let's move on to the transfers. So I do have 4.4 mil in the bank, which is a nice sum of money to kind of have to play around with and stuff. But in fact, let me just get their fixtures coming up real quick because it's easier to kind of see which players to bring in when I have their fixtures up. Okay, so yeah, obviously it's going to have to be my midfield that I'm going to dissect a little bit this week. Now, the first thought was obviously to bring in Bowen. The only problem with that is now Bowen's picked up an injury. So, like, West Ham's fixture isn't for like another 13, 14 days. Like, they don't play until the 21st of January. It's the 8th of January right now that I'm recording this. So, he's got a lot of days to kind of recover. The knock didn't look... Like, I saw highlights and stuff on Twitter of this, like, injury. It looked like an impact knock. Like, if you've brought him in, like, mid kind of... I guess mid game week, like before the game weeks, like you knew the risk you were taking if he is out. I don't think he will be. I think he will be fine. It looks like he will have a lot of time to recover. If you haven't brought him in now, I wouldn't bring him in because obviously you don't know, and there might be like training pictures and stuff like that that'll help us out. But I think Bowen will be fine, and I think I will be bringing him in this week, and he very well could be my captaincy this week as well if he's okay. If he's not okay, then obviously that completely goes out the window. But I think I'm still going to be bringing Bowen in, but obviously I'm going to be waiting for like team photos and stuff like that and whatnot. But because I don't think we'll get a press conference for West Ham either. I think the press conference happens after the Game Week 21 deadline, because obviously like Burnley and Luton play this Friday because that's got moved. So the deadline's obviously got moved. So yeah, we won't actually know about Bowen. So we're just gonna have to hope that people see like training pictures and stuff like that. So yeah, that's one player that I was thinking of bringing in. Obviously, Haaland is another issue now, because originally in my team selection video last week I was going to bring in Bowen, Ødegaard, and then Haaland. Whereas Bowen's now injured. Haaland doesn't look like he's going to be playing in Game Week 21, and if he does, probably not a lot of minutes. Like he was a lot more kind of Pep was a lot more reassuring about like De Bruyne and these players that are coming back like Doku, stuff like that, whereas Haaland he was still like a little bit on the fence about, and so that's not really enough for me to kind of bring him in. So that was going to be my transfer plan, which like I say, Bowen, Ødegaard and Haaland, that was going to be fine. But now because Bowen and Haaland look like they are going to be doubts for Game Week 21, and Ødegaard is playing in an Arsenal team that don't look fantastic at the moment, like I say, all the transfers kind of go all over the place. So there's not really a lot of, there's not actually a lot of options now, like with midfielders that I need to get rid of, because Richarlison, like I say, if I bring him in, does Werner then kind of disrupt that a little bit? So that's also a bit of an issue. So if I go to like midfielders, and I take a look at the ones that are available now, like Foden, obviously good option, but minutes are now going to be at risk, so that's a little bit worrying. There's just really not a lot to kind of go with. I may even have to make like a defender transfer this week and just bring in Estepinian for like Kabore. Because if I do that, I mean, I'm gonna have to play like 4 defenders this week regardless. But if I bring in Estepinian, who's got Wolves at home, which is obviously is a nice fixture, Estepinian's been playing really, really well as well. So let's say I play that. And then I've still got 1 free transfer left. Let's say I bring in Bowen, because I think Bowen's going to be okay. I think he's going to be fine. Like, I'm not too worried. Like, if I owned him, I wouldn't be, like, crazy worried. Obviously, I'm not going to be bringing him in until we know for sure. But I think he will be fine. So that's obviously, like, 2 free transfers done. So I would be playing Bowen instead of Son, and then I'd be playing Estepinian instead of Anderson, which means that I would still have to play Archer this week, which I also do not necessarily want to do. Just because he may also be benched this week. So I'm going to take a hit because I just think Archer's not the best option to have. And to be fair, if I look at strikers, is there anybody that really like jumps out at me on up front? Like, I don't know, like maybe even like he could be a good option, to be fair. He has been really, really good, only 5.8 mil as well. Obviously, João Pedro also kind of comes to mind, but at the same time, like, I think that's a little bit risky. I think Nunez could even, like, I can't even believe I'm saying this, but I think Nunez could even be like something to consider just because of the lack of options, really. Like, João Pedro minutes are a little bit worrying, even though he's played 90 in the last 3. Like, if he was definite to start, he would be 1000% in my team. Like, look at this fixture run on penalties as well. And I may even just make that transfer regardless, but you know, if he starts getting benched, it's just a massive headache, and it's going to have to be another transfer to get him out. So I don't think it's worth it that much. But there's just no one really else on paper that's, like, jumping out at me. Like, do I just go for Tony and just hope that, like, he just hits the ground running? But even after that, he's got some tough fixtures. He's got Tottenham away and then City at home. So that's not ideal. So it's just, I generally don't know what to do. I'm actually, like, all in my head about what to do now. So could be Estepinian and Bowen in this week, but then I just don't like my squad if I do that. I feel like Estepinian's a bit of a luxury transfer that I need to make a little bit more down the line. I feel like I need to get rid of Hee-Chan or Son or something, because these are just going to be losing value on the bench. So it may just have to be, I feel like I might be overplaying the whole Richarlison situation. Like, I think he's going to be okay, but again, with the lack of Son and Maddison, I think it is going to hurt their creativity a little bit. But I don't know, it might be that, but I'm a little bit all over the place. I think I still will be taking a hit this week. It's just who I also take a hit for. So if I bring in like Bowen and Richarlison and just play Bowen Richarlison there instead of Anderson, and then maybe I just take a hit to bring in Estepinian and just play him, and then just play a 4-4-2, which I think is probably what I'm going to do, because I want Estepinian anyway, because that fixture is just absolutely ridiculous. So I don't mind necessarily taking a hit for him. Because, yeah, like I say, this fixturing is just absolutely ridiculous. Wolves, Luton, Palace, Sheffield United, Everton, Fulham, Forest. Like, I want him in my team. So, yeah, I think I'm kind of more towards maybe Bowen. I mean, it could be Ødegaard, but I don't know. I feel like they're going to need to respond at some point. It's just, do I want to put all my eggs in one basket and bring in 3 Arsenal players when they're just not playing that well? I don't know. We'll kind of see what happens this week. We'll probably I'll make an updated wildcard draft as well at some point this week as well. And then obviously the Friday deadline's at like 6:15 or something. So yeah, my final team selection will probably be Friday morning early. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please do consider hitting the like button down below. Let's try and hit 50 likes. Leave a comment what plans have you got for Game Week 21. Subscribe if you're brand new. And until next time, peace.